Welcome back to NTV News First Edition. Well, across the province today, students either returned to in-class instruction or resumed online learning. While this transition is exciting and positive for some, for others it presents many challenges. Here to discuss these concerns and coping strategies is Dr. Janine Hubbard in this week's edition of Get Psyched with Dr. Janine. So, Dr. Janine, what are you hearing about challenges for children returning to in-class instruction this coming after a month at home?
Well, certainly lots of the kids are excited and delighted, and that's great. But particularly any of the kids who have issues with, say, social anxiety or perhaps have some struggles learning, there are some massive concerns going back. There are concerns, especially in like that junior high range, about FOMO. What social interactions were happening over text over the last month that I wasn't part of? You know, what were some of that social dynamic that was going on? So there's certainly a lot of fear about that. I just fear in general about the changes and stressed about the, you know what, for a lot of kids, the fun part of school, the reason they thrive at school, a lot of that's been taken away. And if there's someone who struggles academically, that it takes some of the balance out of their day for them and makes it harder to go back.
And now what about high school students? I mean, not much, I guess, has changed for them, but they're continuing their online instruction.
They are now, they're loving the not having to get up and out of bed and on a school bus early. Some of the elementary school and junior high are struggling with that this week. But for a lot of them, again, some are thriving, but a lot of people are finding it difficult to stay motivated, difficult to stay focused for the amount of time that they're needing to. And sometimes they're just distracted by other things going on in the house. And again, they're missing out on those social interactions. And yes, we can arrange formal social interactions and conversations, but much as we as adults know that what we missed out not being in the workplace are those casual, tiny little quick conversations, just even the hellos to, you know, the custodian as they're going down the hallway. They're missing out on that piece of things. So that is certainly a concern for a lot of the older students.
Now, what can parents do to help this transition?
This is a great time to, once again, I know I sound like I'm repeating myself, sit down and talk to your kids and find out what are they worried about, what are they nervous about, you know, what has them kind of stressed out. Be sure whatever it is not to minimize it, but help them problem solve. How can they get through that? Help model it for them, especially if some of the things that they're missing out on are more of those fun, active, social pieces of things. Help them brainstorm, well, how can I get my stress release or how can I get my energy out if I can't go to hockey practice? And probably the biggest thing at the moment is, remember, Easter break's coming up in 2 weeks. We can do almost anything for 2 weeks. So if that helps for all of us, and start planning some things to look forward to when that break comes up.
Thank you so very much, Janine. This has been, I'm sure, very helpful for parents and students right across the province who are adapting to this different time. Thank you.
Best of luck, everybody.